right, so it's been a while since I have last filmed a YouTube video. Honestly, just found myself like really busy with work, a little stressed, and just wanting to fill all my time with either thinking about work or just doing or trying to do the work and figuring things out for myself, because it's been about 1.5 years, almost like a year and a half since I left my career as a software engineer to pursue building my online business with my wife. And to give you a little context, the business we ended up starting is a lead generation business for B2B companies. For us, it just happened to be focused on the software and AI niche, considering that I have an extensive background in building software and building web products and engineering those products and things like that. So I had a lot of know-how in how to build the products altogether. So I thought that would be a great niche to get started in. But honestly, it took me a while, a lot of reflection to look into what I was skilled in and introspection to basically see what I wanted to pursue further. And for me, the biggest thing has always been to kind of tune into what I want to learn further, which is why like that was the biggest reason, which is like I wanted to be done with software engineering because I thought that was all I wanted to do, at least in terms of coding, building products, and things like that with software. And the next thing I got really curious about and wanted to learn about was marketing and sales because I always knew that I was going to build a company of my own, either building SaaS products or something like that in the future. But what I did not know was how to market and sell because if you understand the basics of business, you need a product and you need a way to sell those products. It doesn't matter how good your product is, it's not going to sell itself. So, having the skills to market and sell your product is essential. And I thought the best way to do that would be to learn how to market and sell other people's products so I can understand the ins and out of this skill and how businesses actually really work in terms of marketing and sales. So after a lot of work, a lot of like figuring out as to what I was good at, I landed on that we wanted to pursue lead generation using cold email at scale. So we build automated systems that help businesses generate leads while sending very personalized emails using AI and a lot of copywriting techniques and things like that at scale to different types of people, decision makers who have the authority to buy products from different companies for their businesses, essentially. So I don't want to get too much into it, but just wanted to give you some context as to what kind of business we got into. We started this business last year in October, so it's been about 13 months since I have been working on this business with my wife, and honestly, it's been such a slow and hard growth. I don't feel like we are still like nowhere we want to be in terms of like our money goals. And yes, we left our jobs because we wanted to make more money, wanted more freedom, more autonomy than we were getting in our jobs. And I always had an idea that I was gonna like build my own business and start my own company. And there was no perfect moment for me to be done with my like full-time contract software gig to then just start a company because you can't just wait for an idea to come to you and go about building a company around it. So for me, it just makes sense to just jump into something that I understood and start building a business around it. So we chose the agency model to begin with. Basically, instead of working with, like full time for one company, you pick like a service and you work with many different clients at a time to fulfill their needs and solve their problems. And don't get me wrong, like I think full-time jobs is a great option for most people. Personally, I was making quite good money being in Toronto, being in Canada, spending in Canadian dollars. We were making money in US dollars, which was great. I did make quite a bit of money doing that and also invested quite a bit, grew my portfolio. So all of that was good, but I just wanted to pursue something of my own. And there were literally days when we would question ourselves, like my wife and I, are we doing the right thing? Because when you don't see the whole consistent paycheck thing coming in month to month, it does make you doubt. It does make you feel bad that the money that you used to make is not coming in. But honestly, the potential that I see in terms of having your own business and being able to deliver your own service and product is so much greater. The only difference is that when you're trying to get a job, you have to just work really hard to crack those interviews, to line those interviews up, to get those interviews figured out and get a job. And after that, you basically get paid to learn and solve problems while not having to worry about where the next paycheck is coming in. And that's the essential fundamental difference between a business and a full-time job, for that matter. Because like in a business, you have created a product, maybe you have created a service that you want to deliver, but you as a business have to go out and find customers. Because if you don't find customers who have that problem that you can solve for, you're just not gonna get any money. It's not that customers are just gonna land in your lap and they're gonna pay you money for whatever you're trying to do. So you have to learn to market yourself. You have to learn to like sell yourself, your services and things like that. So it's been a challenge, but I feel like we have learned a lot. And the biggest upgrade in my life has been in the sense of like the mindset wise, because when things are not going right, you have to manage yourself emotionally so much. And there's just so many more highs and lows compared to when I was trying to find a software engineering job. The lows were mostly from when I didn't have a job and didn't have the paycheck coming in. So all the lows were experienced right before I found the next job, the next high paying gig for that matter. And the moment that happened, the low was gone, the high was there, the fun was there, the money was there. So I didn't really feel like it was a challenge, because like any challenge that came into the job itself, you were still getting paid, so you didn't have to think about the money, right? But the thing is, like in the job, I felt like I got kind of comfortable. I was not learning more skills. I was not spending time trying to figure out what I wanted to do next, what my next 3, 4, 5 years of my life were gonna look like. And I wanted to honestly just pick up more skills. As I said, like I wanted to learn sales and marketing so that sometime in the future I could build my own business and be able to sell those products and things myself before I hired a team to do so. But that itself has just so many different skills that you need to understand. Like I had to learn copywriting, I had to learn setting up automated systems, I had to learn how to, do outreach at scale, how to do the back and forth to get someone to book a meeting with us so that we could conduct sales calls. Then I had to learn how to do sales, to convince someone, to persuade someone, to understand someone, their problems and needs, and then like sell them on our solution that we were the right people to solve the problem for them. Then we had to learn service delivery part, like side of things, on also like client management, actually getting results for the clients. Because like in your job you might not be producing results, but you're still going to get the paycheck. But when it comes to service work and client work, if you're not delivering results, you're just not going to get paid, because the client will just churn and they will stop paying you money and they will just go to someone else, or will just try to solve the problem in-house, like by hiring someone or something like that. So what I really wanted to capture in this video is that often I felt like, not that I felt like I wanted to quit, because I knew that things were going to be hard, and I've done other challenging things in life where I had an understanding that things just take long when you want to transform your life, and when you want to like transform your reality to something else, and you want to make your life look like something else, like completely. So it takes time before you start to think about something, start to think about like create a plan, start to execute upon it. From the moment that you had an idea to the moment that your life has transformed and kind of resembles that initial idea that you had, it takes a while and it's not easy. And there will be moments that you will feel like giving up. And my wife and I had plenty moments, not so much as that we were going to give up, but more so it just felt frustrating. It just felt like everything was just moving so slow, we were not making enough progress. But every time after talking among each other, like among ourselves, we came to the conclusion that we had learned more skills and our revenue was growing. We are about like halfway there as to what we used to make from our jobs. But still, like the thing is, if we have made it halfway to what we used to make in our jobs in a matter of 13 months, I just can't stop to wonder what it would be like if we just keep working on our business for another year, 2 years, 3 years for that matter. Because when it comes to jobs, they always come with a ceiling. But when it comes to your own business, the more you learn, the more you can earn in terms of like your own potential to earn, because you can solve problems at scale for more people rather than just one single company. And you can build a team around what you have already done, train them, or already train hired experts or contractors to begin with, and be able to service more people, be able to solve more problems, and make more money at the end of the day. And it just only comes back to that you have the skills, you have the character, you have the know how to solve more problems, and be able to charge the right prices for that. which is exactly what keeps me going. So this video is exactly dedicated to not quitting, which is why I wanted to share what's been going on with like in my life with you guys. And honestly, I just miss picking up the camera and talking because sometimes the work can get really boring, especially when you're not making as much progress and when you're like just literally trying to work for the sake of working, and sometimes you don't really know if what you're doing is the right thing to do or not. And it does take a toll on you sometimes. And I missed the creative aspect that I had in me of like creating content and all of those things. And even though I don't have as much time, because when I was in the job, I knew I was going to be working 5 days a week, and 2 days I just had completely to myself. And once you clock out of the daily work, you can do whatever the hell you want, you know? So you have more time for that matter. But when you start to do the business, it almost seems like you're working all day long. If you're not working, you're thinking about the business all day long. You're thinking about the clients. You're thinking about the problems all day long. So I just wanted to pick up the camera and share what I was going through in my life. And just wanted to tell you that if you are going through a challenge yourself in your life, just don't give up. Because as long as you keep failing, you have lessons to learn from those failures and mistakes that you make. But if you quit, there is no going back, or there is no pursuing further, because if you quit, then you're out of the game itself. And the biggest lesson I have learned from building a business is that you have to treat business as literally a game. The moment you stop playing that game, the moment you quit, you are out. And there's nothing you can do to make progress after the fact. So no matter what you're doing in your life, no matter what challenge you are pursuing in your own life, just don't quit, because as long as you fail, it's okay to fail. We've been so conditioned to not fail in life that we are just very fearful of failing and not pursuing our goals. But yeah, so if you're pursuing something, just do not quit, just keep going at it. And that's what I'm treating my business as well, you know, because we are learning skills, we're making progress revenue wise. And this is not the last model in terms of business that we're going to pursue. This is just something that I wanted to pick up in terms of like lead generation for other businesses, because if I just knew how to do that, I would also know how to like generate leads for my own business, regardless of which business model I pursue in the future. Because it doesn't matter which business you pursue, you will always need customers. You will always need leads to convert into paying customers for your business, right? So I'm just treating it as a game and just collecting failures more so as lessons, and just keep on going. You can expect more videos here. I just wanted to share more with you guys with what's going on, because I literally missed talking to the camera, talking to you guys.
Getting some iPhones.
So what?
Getting some iPhones.
Oh yeah.
On a mission. And sushi. What's solid?
The shrimp one.
I like that one too. Do you like
Shrimp.
Do you like the beef one?
Yeah, that's a good one. The Wagyu one? Yeah, that's a good one too. Because not a lot of places have that one.
Yeah.
Fresh sushi.
I guess I'll never know.
Yeah, you'll never know. You like baby cows too much.
They're so cute.
Hey, it has gotten so much better.
Yeah?
Yeah, the depth of field is so nice too. First video with the new iPhone.
Yay.
Yay. Long time due.
Yep. I got one too.
It's a big fun. Yeah, like it. Nice.
Serving you lots of tasty impressions.
Oh, always. Yeah, I feel like, or it will be more so always. I feel like ham is good for like home, take home, and it is good for like coming out.